Yes, people, what is going on? And welcome back to the YouTube. So, this is actually a video that I'm recording for the second time because there was a few things that basically got in the way of last week, starting the podcast and everything like that. And unfortunately, something had to give. But nevertheless, we are back with YouTube. And the goal this week is to essentially record the full week. Any kind of highlights from the week, number one. Number two is I am currently in my third week of my 12-week photo shoot prep. So I'm actually going to run you through everything that I'm kind of doing. And thirdly, I'm going to bring you along for my upper session from this week. So, the first things first, I wanted to start with the actual shoe prep side of things. And, when it comes to the shoe prep, like, the reason that I'm doing it is essentially for a goal, to be able to push myself. I feel like last year there was a lot of changes in my approach to training, and I was very much so kind of finding my feet with everything, where now I'm actually very clear in terms of what I'm doing, and I needed a goal to be able to put that kind of clarity into use, if that makes sense, like allow me to work towards something with this new setup, if that makes sense. So photo shoot itself, it's like, I'm not going to say I don't care about the photos. Like, it's great to have them, obviously, for the business side of things, But the main thing for me is actually the process of it, actually pushing yourself through, getting in the best shape of your life, actually pushing yourself out of your comfort zone rather than just kind of cruising along, because that's easy. That's something that I've done over the last year in terms of my physique. Stayed in good shape all year. Great. And now I actually want to take it a step further. Plus, I haven't done a photo shoot in 2.5 years, so it'll be a good little challenge for myself as well. So I have a physique update for you, which I'm going to show you, which is essentially from my very first session of the photo shoot prep. And I might give you a physique update at the end of this week to see how we're looking. There has been some serious changes, which I'm very, very happy about. But what I want to run through next is the actual setup of it all. So what we'll start with is the overall structure. Okay, so in terms of my goals at the minute, the number one, the goal is to continue making progress with my weight training side of things. So that's still, I would say, the priority. But over the last few weeks, I've started training boxing. I joined the boxing gym again, and actually doing that consistently. And for the first time in about 10 years, I'm actually very, very excited about it. And I will be trying to bring more of that in over the next few weeks, depending on recovery side of things. And again, this is another change that I'm actually making in this week because recovery has been so good. So I'm actually looking forward to making that adjustment from this week, because I want to bring my fitness to a new level as well, which is obviously the big change that happened in my own training over the last year. Was actually, stepping away from just solely working on my physique to actually, having a angle of performance there as well, not just being strong but actually being fast, being able to sustain performance over a longer period of time. So that is why. So up to this point, what I have done was Monday I did upper weights and 10 rounds of HIIT training on the assault bike. So essentially how that is broken down is 10 rounds consist of 20 seconds of max effort followed by 40 seconds of rest. Okay, so that's what I would do on Mondays, upper and then HIIT. Okay, Tuesdays I would do lower and less, so low intensity steady state cardio, which was either Stairmaster or treadmill, high incline treadmill, because sometimes after training legs my knees would just take a bit of a hit, so I would go with a lighter option essentially on the knees with the treadmill. And moving forward, what I'm actually going to do, because recovery has been so good, is actually double down on the hit, and I'm going to do that after the leg session as well. Then my next day is obviously Wednesday. This is where I don't do any weights. I do my boxing session. So it's an hour of boxing, and I do some abs at the end as well. Then Thursday, I have chest and back and hip. And then Friday, we have delts, arms, hamstrings, and again, it used to be LIS or low intensity steady state, but it's going to be hit. Okay, so the idea behind hit at the moment is to improve my overall fitness as much as possible, to help me with the boxing side of things. Plus, it's a little bit more interesting. It's more time effective, you could say. So obviously 10 rounds, it's 10 minutes rather than 20 minutes or more of steady state cardio. Now again, this week is going to be a bit of a trial, seeing how the body responds. Am I going to be able to keep that up and actually perform in the boxing sessions? And then last session at the moment is Saturday morning boxing again. So that is the overall kind of overview of my week moving forward. Now later on, I'm going to take you through my upper session. So I'll show you every single exercise that I'm doing. I'm going to talk you through what my thoughts are going into those exercises, etc. And what sets I'm doing, everything like that. But the next thing I want to run through is the overview of nutrition. So at the moment, what I'm doing is I have 2 meal plans. Like for me personally, and realistically, it's 1 meal plan, but there is 2 different food amounts that I'm using, because for me, I don't have the need or want to change up my food every single day. Like if I get sick of something that I'm eating, I'll change it there and then, and use something bit different. But like for me, going into each and every single day, knowing what I have to eat and getting rid of that, the thought process of won't I eat this, how much of this will I have, etc. It's just useless. I'd rather just know, boom, this is what I'm eating, this is what I'm gonna have, and it's sorted. So essentially what I have is 2 meal plans. One is a training day meal plan, one is a rest day meal plan, and the only difference between them is essentially how much food I'm having. So on a training day, I'm having a total of 2,635 calories, of which 215 grams of protein, 285 grams of carbs, 60 grams of fat. Then on the rest day, what I'm having is 2,385 calories, 193 grams of protein, 213 grams of carbs, and then 75 grams of fat. So as you see, slightly less food as a whole, a little bit less protein, a little bit less carbs, but actually a little bit more fat on that day to support that recovery. But overall, this is the general setup at the moment. And it's actually been going perfect. It's been going so well that I haven't had to make much changes, to be completely honest. It was more so the only change that I've made is going to be going into this week with the hit side of things, just because it's going to be a little bit more time efficient in the gym. Plus recovery has been so good, as I said, plus I want to continue improving on that fitness side of things. So hence those changes. But outside of that, everything has been going great, to be honest. Body fat has been dropping off at a phenomenal rate, which I'm very happy about. Strength has been, I would say, just a touch off, just because it's only been 2 weeks kind of being in a structured program. So strength hasn't necessarily been to where it was prior to going away home for Christmas. But I think with a couple of more weeks in a routine, building that weight up, I'm going to be in a good spot as well with that as well. And that's another thing, like I'm not willing to take a step back when it comes to my strength training. Like the progression in the gym is always on top of mind, to not lose any muscle mass, to again continue making progress. Like how fucking boring would it be if you stop making progress in the gym? Like honestly, at this point, being 10 plus years going to the gym, the progression that I can see in terms of my weights, my reps, everything like that, that's the only thing that keeps me going. Like there's not an exercise that gets me, not that it doesn't get me excited, but this is what I mean. The only thing that gets me excited is actually progression. You know what I mean? Like I'll always go and train and whatnot, but the most exciting sessions for me are the ones where I can actually make progress, because otherwise, what are you doing? But yeah, that's it. It's just about to hit 11 o'clock. I'm going to have my pre-workout meal, which is oats. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and get the session in. Oats are ready. I'm about to have them, and we're going to head off to the gym in the next half an hour or so. But I quickly wanted to show you something, right? Because it was only something I was talking to Rachel about the other day, about how good people have it these days in terms of the information around fitness, training, everything like that. Like, you don't realize how good the information out there is, because when I first started training, getting into the gym, like, the advice out there was fucking rough. Like, when I look back on it, terrible, absolutely terrible. And excuse me, the people that I would watch, and I was talking to her about CT Fletcher. Like, I don't know, does anyone remember CT Fletcher? I'm going to show you a little clip in case you don't, to kind of sum it up. Like, you know what I mean? This is the type of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, this is the type of stuff that you'd be seeing growing up, going to the gym. But yeah, I'm gonna have this now, head off to the gym soon and get a good session in. Hey, welcome back. So it is currently Thursday, 10 o'clock exactly, to be specific, and obviously the last clip you would have seen was Monday after training, and the reason being is because not much has happened since. All I really do between Monday and, you know, around now is check-ins and training. Literally not much more than that happened, so there wasn't necessarily a lot to record. But I'm super happy with how everything is going for all the lads that I'm working with. Obviously, January has been a strong month, and obviously, you know, everyone is coming into the year with big goals, and it's great. And this is where, you know, we really need to use that feeling of motivation to your advantage, and really use it to take a big step forward. Because if you don't take action on it, you know, again, you're just going to delay that process. But yeah, super happy with all the lads, making a ton of progress. So shout out to all the boys. And yeah, right now the game plan is to get myself a haircut after this. But before I do, what I want to do is actually go through the Monday session and give you a bit of an insight as to, you know, what I'm thinking when I'm going through these exercises, essentially everything, how many sets I'm doing, everything like that. So we're going to run through it and give you a little bit more detail behind the session. Let's get into it. So first exercise in the session is a flat dumbbell press. Here I'm doing 3 sets, and prior to actually going with, you know, the 50 kilo dumbbells, which I got for 9 reps, I actually had a bit of a shit warm up, to be honest with you. Nothing kind of felt right. The bench seemed off, and I couldn't necessarily, you know, get a good setup. But once I got going with this weight, everything felt good. So I was happy out with the 9 reps. The biggest thing that I'm thinking of is staying nice and stable. So I'm driving my feet down into the ground hard. I'm not trying to necessarily tuck my shoulders under too hard, because I find that often gives me actual shoulder issues. So again, trying to keep them nice and free. Second exercise is going to be pull-ups, where I do 3 sets. Again, I do 2 weighted sets plus 1 body weight. The first set here, I've got 9 reps, which you're seeing right now. and I'm actually trying to build up a little bit of strength with pull-ups without using wrist straps. So again, we're going to see how that works out. I might regret it in a few weeks and actually throw them back in. We'll see how it goes. But I was happy out with this set. Pretty strong. Next up we have pec deck, and here the goal is very simple. Bring the chest out as tall as possible and then focus on driving the biceps together, and really focus on a light pause in the stretch and a light pause in the contraction. So it doesn't have to be, anything major. You don't have to sit there and squeeze the muscle hard. It's just so you have the control on both ends of the rep range, so you can actually focus on what you're doing. You can focus on pushing the muscle to failure rather than just flowing through reps and actually put more pressure on your joints. So again, working hard for that last rep. Up next we have cable rows. Again, love this exercise. It's a nice little setup here. I'm actually going to do 3 exercises on this setup back to back. 3 sets. Once again going slightly higher volume recently and seeing how that works out. So far it's been going great. So again, 3 sets to absolute failure. Really focusing on driving those elbows back as hard as I possibly can, not moving my upper body back and forth too much. Up next, you can see I'll be doing cuffed lateral raises, so the same setup, and I'm actually using this cable setup because there's no place in the gym where you have 2 cables kind of up close, so this actually works out perfect. Again, using the bench to lie down on and completely get rid of any momentum from the legs to help me lift the weight, which can be very easily done on the likes of dumbbell lateral raises. Not that they're wrong, but I just find these isolate my shoulders that little bit more, and I find that I just get a much better connection. The camera's going absolutely spastic here, but overall, you can actually see a little bit of shoulders coming through at the top. So again, looking good, feeling good. Next up, again, same place. What I've done here is I've set up the cables just touch above my shoulders, and I'm focusing on driving my hand out as wide as I possibly can. I'm not even thinking about, obviously training rear delts here, but I'm not even thinking necessarily about bringing the weight back. All I'm thinking of is bringing my arms out as wide as I possibly can. Again, as you can see, I'm using the least weight I possibly can on this, literally on the first one, because at the end of the day, rear delts are a small muscle. They do not require a lot. All you need to be is very accurate. Then we're going into the last kind of 2 exercises, and I do these as a superset just to save a little bit of time. I do 4 sets of arms, 1 bicep preacher curl. I've reset, you can see I've reset my elbows a little bit. I'm trying to sink my armpit into the bench as hard as possible, just to create that stability, not letting my arms kind of turn in, if that makes sense, trying to keep my palm out as much as possible. And again, working hard here, trying to go as heavy as I possibly can while keeping the form on point, which I do on every single exercise. But as I said, I do this as a superset with what you're going to be able to see now in a second, which is going to be the rope tricep extensions. So again, just checking if the camera is actually following me, but yeah, here we're going straight into tricep extensions. Again, superset. This superset I do for 4 total sets, simply because it might seem like a lot, 4 sets of essentially the same exercises, but I do 8 sets of arms in total for the week, which actually isn't, because I train arms twice a week. So again, it's a total of 8 working sets per week. Again, trying to close the gap between my forearm and my bicep here, to give it that full stretch. Hold for a second and then drive down hard, trying to lock out the elbow as hard as possible. So yeah, this is the session in itself. I'm going to do a little physique update here. Again, this is literally just 2 and a bit weeks into the diet, already looking a lot leaner. and overall feeling better in a good routine with training, nutrition and everything. So yeah, so it's keep on pushing forward. Good morning. What is going on? So it is currently Sunday, and I'm just realising how useless I am at this weekly video. I feel like it's just in patches. But in saying that, it's been a quiet week. To be completely honest, between I think the last time I recorded was Thursday. Got my haircut, gotten a session in. Don't mind that, that's just the directions. I've got my haircut and all that. Been working away, doing bits. Yesterday went out for an off-plan meal, which was a bit disappointing. We went to Apollo, the place was called. And yeah, the food just wasn't great, to be completely honest. Very, very disappointed. It was quite expensive for what it was, but overall it's been a good week, plenty of progress made, and I've gotten some nice deliveries. Well, one delivery. There's a speed camera, and if you know anything about the buying speed cameras, you'd be fucking broke paying for those bills. But what I was trying to say, got a nice delivery, and got my sparring gloves yesterday. So I did mention, obviously, I'm getting back into boxing, and I only had a pair of 10-ounce gloves that I brought over with me, and obviously can't spar with those, they're way too small. And yeah, ordered a pair of Fairtex sparring gloves. I might show you later. Nice leather lace-up gloves, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to sparring on Tuesday next week, so that is going to be cool. And today it is 10:30, and I'm going to Oxygen Gym, which is cool. I've been there once already, and I'm meeting up my good friend Mark over there for a leg day. And honestly, when Mark asked me, I asked him if he wants to go for a coffee or a training session, and he said he's doing legs and Oxygen on Sunday. I think we were talking a bit on Wednesday, and that was a day after my leg day, and I was honestly so fucked. From that day, it took me like 2 days to respond, because I was like, fucking hell, do I want to put myself through that again? But here we are, doing legs on a Sunday. And yeah, I'm going to show you the gym, I'm going to show you the session as well, and yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. Like, again, as I said, I've been there once myself already, training legs with Mark, and it's probably one of the most impressive gyms that I've ever been to, by far. And I've seen a good few gyms over the years. It's about 30-minute drive away from my house, my apartment, and yeah, it's a bit of a drive, so I won't go there all the time, but when I do get a chance, it's definitely worth going. So there's police there after cars crashing, so I don't want to see them. I'm recording. Yeah, fucking 2 trucks after crashing. But here we go. Yeah, been there once before. Great setup. There is probably 3 of every single machine that you can imagine, and machines that you probably have never seen before in your life, which is very fucking cool. It's absolutely massive. Like, the downstairs area for like CrossFit, High Rocks type of setup is probably the size of most gyms in Ireland, I would say, as a whole. Then the upstairs is where all the kind of bodybuilding style machines are and everything like that. And yeah, it's just nuts. Like the amount of equipment, the quality of the equipment, it's great, to be honest. It's fucking great. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the video, and yeah, I don't know what the story is, if Mark has time to chill out after as well, because there is like I was gonna call it a spa type of thing, but it's not a spa. It's there's a sauna, pool, all of that. So I brought a few bits for that. Might jump into the ice bath, make most of the day pass, because it's fucking, I think about 25 to 30 euro for the day pass, which is quite heavy. But like, honestly, when you see it yourself, you'd be like, yeah, fair enough, first of all. And second of all, you know, it's what I love to do. I'm not gonna feel sorry about spending 30 quid on a gym session. So yeah, that's the game plan for the day. Have my monster ready. I'm excited. I trained legs already, as I said, but they're, I would say, fully recovered now. So I'm looking forward to smashing them today, upper tomorrow, and then, as I said, sparring day on Tuesday. So there'll be no weights, just sparring, and I'm looking forward to that. First sparring session of the year. That car nearly fucking crashed into me. Honestly, driving in Dubai is just, it's heavy. So honestly, it's not good for your mental health. Okay, here we go. This is the building in itself. As you can see, it is absolutely fucking massive. So yeah, we're gonna get in, give you a little tour before Mark comes down, and then we're gonna get cracking with the session. There's two cafes here, this thing here, and then over there. I actually got food there before, and it was lovely. It's the usual where they actually weigh out everything for you down to the gram. Loads of options as well. And there you have, actually have a quick look, a supplement shop. Oh, which is like a fucking supermarket. Like, imagine that. All sorts of supplements, energy drinks, protein pizzas. That's cool. Yeah, brilliant. And there's the cafe, as I was saying. Look at the size of that telly. Cheers, get your pre-workout, post-workout meal. Mental spot. Okay, so we are in. The lads at the front desk were gas. Asked me, because they seen me recording, asked me what's my YouTube and all. And I think he added me or followed me on YouTube or whatever, so fair play to him. Maybe my 10th follower or something like that, or subscriber. But yeah, I'm in the functional zone, and yeah, as I said, it's massive. So as you can see, it is ginormous. It's gas because there's no music in here. There's no women allowed. And yeah, as you can see, that's the outdoor section. Jacuzzis, ice baths, little okay, here we go. So a massive telly here, and every area is kind of sectioned off. So as you can see here, this is the cardio zone. There's some ab machines here as well, but there is, I would say, I don't know, just a guess, there's about 25 Stairmasters, probably more. As you can see, a load of bikes, bikes, cross trainers, and a ton of treadmills. It just goes on forever. over there, that is the legs area, all the way down there. And we're gonna have a quick look around Oxygen Muscle Factory. So as you can see, these areas are kind of labelled. I don't know if you can see that there, but that says shoulders, back. This is all chest. And as I was saying, like, there's 3 of every single machine, different brands, different setups. It's just nuts. Like, you could spend all day in here. There's, I'd say, about 50 chest presses here. Like, it's fucking mental. All different brands. Atlantis, Panata, Gymleco, Gym 80, Hammer Strength, Nautilus. It just goes on forever. This actually looks quite good. This is Watson. Dips. It's just nuts, isn't it? Another fly. But yeah, that's the thing, as you can hear, there's absolutely no music and no women anywhere. I'd be always laughing at Rachel, she can't come here. Dumbbell section, absolutely massive, different benches, lat raise machines, again peg deck, another peg deck. It's just mental, really. Honestly, it's a pity how far this gym is from me, because I'd love to train here all the time. It is very expensive now, in all fairness. I think monthly membership is like €250 or just under. So that is quite heavy, but still, like, I do think honestly that it would be worth it. If it was just closer, because like today, let's say it took me about 25 minutes to get here, which is 5 minutes quicker than I expected. But that's just because of Sunday, and there's no traffic on Sundays. And if it wasn't for that, I would say this would easily take an hour if I was lucky. If you get stuck in traffic over here, like, you could be sitting in an hour in a 100-meter stretch, you know what I mean? So that's the only thing. But yeah, this is the gym itself, so it's nice to come out here once every now and again. I'm gonna have to talk Mark into doing something else, doing something other than legs one of the days, because I just love to try some of the bits that are out here.
Lovely. Nice. Yes. Beautiful. Keep on. Everything tight here. Arms only. Finish. Nice, 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 nice. True. Leave it at that. Nice. Yep. Take it where I go. Just take it as far as I go. Take it. Come on. Yes. One more. Come on. Yeah. That's the one. Nice. Yes. Nice. Oh, close. Down should be toe. Tension, 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 tension. Beautiful. Contract. Better. Focus. Big toe. Contract up. There you go. Focus. Tension now. And now start to come out. Big toe. Contract. Up. There you go. Fuck.
Well, Mark, how's the session?
Beautiful session. Really good session. I enjoy these days off you. You should bench and join.
Yeah, 100%. No, it was a really good session. We're just chilling, getting the post-workout meal in. We're gonna do 20 minutes straight in the ice bath.
How about just dying there?
More like fucking 20 seconds. But yeah, now we're gonna take full advantage of being here for the day and rest the body a little bit.
Are they going rough tomorrow? What?